Artificial intelligence is no longer an experiment. It has already become a fundamental component of modern warfare. That single development represents a profound and irreversible change initiated, fought, concluded. This is not merely an upgrade to existing systems. It is a fundamental shift in the very nature of decision-making on the battlefield. It is a change in the speed at which military leaders can understand a situation and act upon that understanding. The central question is no longer whether artificial intelligence will reshape the landscape of war. The far more urgent and consequential question is which nation, which alliance of nations, will master this technology and control its application first. In the lexicon of warfare, speed has always been a decisive advantage. The ability to act faster than an opponent, to observe, orient, decide, and act more quickly, is a timeless principle of military strategy. However, artificial intelligence redefines this principle on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. It elevates speed from a tactical advantage to the primary currency of modern conflict. In future battles where victory and defeat are determined in the span of seconds or even milliseconds, the side that can process information and execute commands the fastest will hold an almost insurmountable edge. AI achieves this unprecedented speed by synthesizing vast and disparate streams of data into coherent, actionable intelligence. It can analyze patterns in enemy movements, communications, logistical activities that would be completely lost on a team of human analysts. It can predict an adversary's next move with a high degree of probability, long before a human commander could piece together the same puzzle. This predictive power allows commanders to be more proactive than reactive, granting a level of foresight and confidence that was previously unattainable. Yet this very advantage makes the human decision-maker appear slow, inefficient, and prone to error, Among the most contentious applications of artificial intelligence in warfare is the development of lethal autonomous weapon systems. These are machines endowed with the capability to independently search for, identify, track, and engage targets without direct human intervention or approval. While some existing systems, like defensive missile interceptors, already exhibit high levels of autonomy, the next generation of these weapons will operate in more complex and ambiguous environments. Proponents argue these systems are a logical and necessary evolution, promising to keep human soldiers out of harm's way. They suggest autonomous weapons can be engineered to be more precise than human soldiers, potentially reducing collateral damage and tragic errors in the fog of war. Supporters point to strict adherence to rules of engagement. A machine is not susceptible to fear, anger, or a desire for revenge, emotions that can lead human soldiers to commit atrocities. In theory, it could be programmed to follow international humanitarian law with unwavering consistency. However, critics warn of machines making life and death decisions without human accountability. They argue machines lack true moral judgment and the ability to understand the value of human life. If an autonomous weapon kills innocents, who is responsible? The programmer, the manufacturer, or the commander who deployed it? When artificial intelligence is combined with the proliferation of small, inexpensive drones, the fundamental economics and tactics of the battlefield are radically transformed. A drone swarm, interconnected, autonomous, operating as one, presents a disruptive new form of military power. Swarms can share real-time information, collaboratively identify and assign targets, and adapt tactics to defenses. If one drone is destroyed, the others reconfigure and continue the mission. This collective intelligence and resilience are incredibly hard to counter. Traditional power rests on a few exquisite, expensive platforms: aircraft carriers, fighter jets, main battle tanks. Hundreds or thousands of low-cost intelligent drones can potentially overwhelm a single multi-billion-dollar system. Investment tilts from a few high-value assets to many cheaper, smarter, expendable systems, from mass to intelligent mass. This can level the playing field between major powers and smaller states, even non-state actors. Components are increasingly accessible and affordable, enabling formidable swarms at a fraction of an air force. But proliferation lowers the threshold for force and injects instability. Local conflicts can escalate quickly with threats from unexpected directions. Artificial intelligence is not only changing the physical battlefield of steel and explosives, it is revolutionizing the invisible domain of cyber warfare. In this digital realm, AI acts as a formidable weapon and a critical shield. Malicious actors use machine learning to automate and enhance attacks, probing networks, testing millions of entry points in minutes. AI crafts tailored lures and learns from failures, making attacks faster, more targeted, and harder to detect. Future conflicts may begin with quiet, algorithmically driven assaults on critical infrastructure. Imagine simultaneous strikes on a power grid, financial systems, transportation networks, and communication satellites. People could wake to empty bank accounts, electricity gone in winter, and cell phones useless, all without a single shot fired. This blurs war and peace. Damage is real, but perpetrators are hard to identify with certainty. Attacks route through global servers, creating plausible deniability and complicating response. Offensive and defensive algorithms wage a silent, ongoing battle, a permanent, low-level hostility that can erupt at any moment. The security of a nation now depends as much on the quality of its code as it does on the strength of its army. The transformative potential of artificial intelligence has ignited an intense global competition, a new kind of arms race for the 21st century. The world's major powers understand that leadership in military AI translates to strategic dominance. The United States is investing billions of dollars in military AI through the Department of Defense and research agencies, developing intelligent command and control systems, autonomous drones, and cyber weapons to maintain a technological edge. China has declared an ambition to lead AI by 2030, pursuing civil-military fusion backed by state resources and vast datasets. Russia, with fewer resources, sees AI as a tool to offset NATO advantages. Its leaders say the nation that leads in AI will rule the world. The competition extends beyond superpowers. UK, France, Israel, India are each investing and adapting strategies. Unlike nuclear arms, AI is embedded in software, developed in secret, copied easily, distributed quickly. You can't count algorithms or easily verify offensive intent, making traditional arms control nearly impossible. Pressure to move first can sideline safety and ethics, and destabilize global security. One of the gravest dangers posed by the integration of artificial intelligence into warfare is the profound risk of rapid, unintended escalation. AI systems are designed and optimized to achieve objectives as efficiently and quickly as possible. When nations deploy AI-powered systems against each other, actions and reactions occur at machine speed. A minor miscalculation, a sensor error, a misinterpreted signal could trigger a cascading chain of responses in seconds, long before leaders can intervene or even comprehend what is happening. A commander might be presented with a course of action planned and initiated by an AI, leaving only a brief moment to provide a final yes or no. In crisis, the pressure to trust the machine that processed more data in a second than a human could in a week will be immense. That human pause, often the barrier to escalation, could be engineered out in the name of efficiency. Consider a tense border standoff using autonomous drones for surveillance. An AI misidentifies a flock of birds as a drone swarm and triggers an automatic defensive response. The other side's AI reads it as an unprovoked attack and launches a counterstrike. Within moments, a localized incident escalates into a significant exchange, born of a faulty datum. Human operators become spectators. De-escalation is difficult. Slowing down may look like vulnerability to the opposing AI. Artificial intelligence is not replacing warfare. It is redefining it. Future battlefields will be digital, automated, and algorithmic. The AI arms race has already begun. As we race to build machines that can win wars faster than ever before, who will retain the power to decide if those wars should be fought at all? Let me know in the comments. Should final military decisions always remain human?